Hi, welcome back to the next video. This one is the next day after we'd done finished in Cairns. We've headed down to Townsville. I think at the end of the last video I left us where we had been to this Josephine Falls on the way. As you can see on Google Maps, the trip down to Townsville is quite a long trip. It took us quite a number of hours and we arrived quite late at night. Townsville's a lovely little town. There's quite a sort of bustling sort of area really. We stayed in a place called the Yongala Lodge by the Strand. It was a lovely hotel, nice swimming pool, beautiful room. There were 2 bedrooms, there was a kitchen and a lounge area. It was really nice. I can't recommend it highly enough. Really enjoyed that. So we arrived there quite late on the first evening. Then we had a full day there the next day and another night there. So the main thing we were visiting this for, as well as it being quite a nice stop on the way down from Cairns to some of the further south areas, one of the big places we wanted to visit was Magnetic Island, which was really lovely. The ferries just go from here, just a normal ferry boat. You can go, it was very cheap. One of the things we decided to do was you can pay a slight amount extra on top of your ticket and get full access to the buses and that bus network on the island once you get there. So that's much better. So you come in sort of here, really, sorry, not Picnic Bay, you come in here to the Sealing Ferry Terminal in this car rental area. There's buses take you all over the island from there. So what we did first was we actually just thought we'd have a bit of a walk along this Magnetic Island road here and just sort of see what was around, and then we decided we'd jump on the bus and go from there then and go a bit further around. So there's some beautiful areas. So I'll just switch over now to show you some photos of what we sort of did along here and the areas along here, where we went out and sort of did a bit of snorkeling as well, just off the beach and stuff like that. So I'll just switch to them now. So once we'd done that, then we jumped on one of the buses over here. There's bus stops sort of all over the place, and we headed further along. It took us up. One of the things we wanted to do was we'd been told that there were some areas called the forts, which was during the First World War. There were some areas sort of up here where sorry, not First World War, the Second World War, and as our son was doing the Second World War in school at the time, we thought we'd go and have a look at it. So I'll post some other photos. One of the things that we did notice, there was a lovely area there where you could go for a walk, and it said it was 1 mile. Now what we didn't realise was it was 1 mile. So you can see here the forts, steep trek into World War II remnants and bay views. It I'm not sure whether it was a mile because it seemed to take forever. It seemed to take hours and hours and it was uphill all the way, and it was very hot. So what I would say is make sure you've got plenty of water with you and you've got a good pair of walking shoes on if you're going to give that a try. One of the unexpectedly beautiful things up here was there were koalas, wild koalas, just living in the trees just off the path. We got lots of sort of photos of that as well, so I'll drop some of them photos. In a little while, but it was absolutely superb. Really enjoyed it. We then came back down, got on the bus again, headed back sort of this way to this butterfly walk, and then we jumped back on the bus and headed back and got the ferry back over. It was pretty much full day, but very enjoyable. And then we had another night in the hotel. As you can see, there's another Woolworths in town. The Woolworths are everywhere in this place, so we really enjoyed that trip to Townsville. It was very short, it wasn't a massive sort of trip. And then on the way out of Townsville, then we headed down further down the coast. Then from there down towards Early Beach, or Arley Beach, I think it's apparently called. On the way out of Townsville, we passed by a place called Billabong Sanctuary. Yeah. Billabong Sanctuary, yeah. Which was really enjoyable as well. So we actually passed that on the way out, and we called in there, and we had pretty much a full day there. That then meant by the time we got down to Early Beach, it was quite late again at night. We'd booked a superb place with these Early Beach eco cabins. We'd booked a really nice place there, and again it had 2 bedrooms, a lovely open plan kitchen, lounge sort of dining area, and a massive bathroom area. Really good. We had 2 nights there. One of the beautiful sort of things about that as well is they had a fire set for us, so we could go in and go out of an evening and light a fire and sit around, and they put out bait for sort of the local wildlife. So there'd be kangaroos and things like that coming around, which was very good. But I'll cover that again more in a later video. But yeah, thanks for listening.